Yo, what is going on, you guys, and welcome back today to another video. And today we have a new type of video, an interesting video, something like that. This video we're going to be breaking it up a little bit. Instead of talking about solely like my progression, I'm going to be dropping 10 things that you probably should focus on or think about while playing as a complete beginner in this game, and how to really get into Marvel Rivals on like a beginner level. And the reason that I'm doing that is because, well, we hit 2,000 subs. Thank you guys, everyone that helped hit 2K. I appreciate it a lot. It feels like really good. This has been like a goal that I've had like for a long time. I remember when I first hit like 1,000 subs, it just felt crazy. My gift is going to be like things that I learned that I didn't know when I was first starting out. Hopefully it helps you. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about the game or find some friends to play with or anything like that, feel free to join the Discord. But yeah, let's get into it. Week 6 and week 7. I've been playing a lot on alt accounts only because we're reaching the end of the season, and towards the end of the season, a pattern that I've noticed, like match quality just becomes terrible. But on my alt accounts, I've been able to grind and rise up. So currently my peak this season is GM3. I'm not sure if next season there will be a season reset. I'm kind of hoping there's not really a season reset, because right now I think the highest like top 500 are a little bit ways out of Celestial or something like that. I know for a good chunk of the season, like Celestial 2 was top 500, so that's why I was kind of cool with stopping at GM. But right now the leaderboard says everyone's like one above all eternity. Like I said, only 2 days left in this season, but I will be playing on a different account, still grinding, still trying to become better at DPS. That being said, I did improve from before. I got way more playtime on DPS. I'm starting to finally feel like I'm a DPS main, get better. I don't feel like I'm throwing if I'm playing DPS. I'm becoming way more confident playing DPS and trying to learn the DPS playstyle and becoming a flanker. For those of you that have been here for a while, you guys know that I went from strategist to strategist tank, and then I made the full switch to just trying to play solely DPS, while at the same time trying to learn this game. I didn't come from Overwatch. I didn't play a single minute of Overwatch. So this is my first real hero shooter. With that, now breaking it up throughout the seasons, I started off earlier seasons playing primarily strategist. This is like the first season where I primarily played DPS. Even though it says Rocket has the most playtime, yes, I know. It's just, I just enjoy playing Rocket when I have to play strategist. But if you add up the DPS times, it adds up to more time than I spent on Rocket. Okay, there we go. Good, got that out the way. You know, I gotta bring up aim training. So aim training, I do feel like I've improved a lot, and I feel like the stats kind of show it a little bit. I don't know, I have to compare like what I had before to now, but I do have a couple new goals. Before, my goal was to hit eternity. That's what I really wanted to do this season. But I feel like while playing primarily DPS and solidifying like my 2 DPS picks that I want to play a lot, I don't think I'm necessarily ready for eternity, especially since I haven't hit Celestial. So the goal is going to be to hit Celestial and grind out in Celestial playing DPS. And then another thing personally for me, like I said, aim training is something I like to do. I like to be accurate with my shots. I like to hit my shots. So with that, the minimum average that I want to try to reach for the next season is going to be a minimum of 40% and 50% average accuracy on Hella. Okay, so now that that's out the way, time to help you guys out. Here are the tips. This is how, if I were new approaching the game for the first time, things that I would think about, things that I would do to actually get better and rank up fast. Tip number 1, pick 1 to 2 heroes and spend most of your time on those 2 heroes. Now you might hear people say, learn how to play a tank, learn how to play a DPS, and learn how to play a strategist, which is true. I do believe you should learn how to play a couple heroes in every pool, but I would say pick 2 to spend most of your time on. This season, I really wanted to learn how to play Hella, so I put a lot more time into Hella. Last season, I played a lot of Star-Lord, and I also like to play Slamugh. So going forward, I think the 2 heroes that I will be playing the most are Hella and Star-Lord, and then as a third, Slamugh, because I think Slamough's fun. Even though she's getting nerfed next season, which is in a couple of days, I don't know how that's gonna be, but Hella and Star-Lord for sure are going to be like my primary 2 picks. Now, things might be tougher for you if you decide to main like Adam Warlock or Black Widow, you know, characters that people kind of assume to be throw picks, but I wouldn't really worry about that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But pick 1 to 2, stick with those 2 that you really enjoy, and just play them a lot, because you'll feel a lot more comfortable on those 2 heroes in a lot more and diverse situations than you would playing a bunch of different heroes that you're not too comfortable with, but you kind of understand how to play. Don't worry too much about composition. Yes, composition matters the higher up you go, but when you're first starting out, you and everyone around you that's going to be teaming with you, if they're not Smurfs, no one really knows how to play correctly, if that makes sense. Like, you might have a Black Panther diving tanks all the time, or you might have supports that are strictly DPSing. No one really knows like the proper balance or what to do while they're playing. So don't worry too much about composition. If you want to play certain hero, just play your hero, stick with your hero, and grind it out. But if you do kind of want to know what to play, like, the safe composition is usually 2-2-2. 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 support. Your tanks are usually there to obviously tank damage, take some of the pressure off of your DPS taking damage, from your supports taking damage, and tanks also help supports build up their ult charge way faster. So if a team is only running 1 tank, the team with 2 tanks that are taking a lot of damage will probably gain their support ults way faster than the team with 1 tank. Another comp that you'll be seeing a lot most likely is 1-3-2, 1 tank, 3 DPS and 2 supports, and that's just because there's a lot of DPS in this game. There's a lot of damage characters to pick and play compared to the other 2 roles, and DPS is just really popular because of that. Do self-reflection after every game. Did you play really well? Do you feel like you didn't perform as good as you could have performed? But never at the end of a match go, dang, like, I couldn't have done anything more. Never think like that. Never say that, especially if you're on bronze or silver, because most of the time, yes, there are things that you could have done better, but once you start thinking like this and actually asking yourself these questions, these are what will help you get better. And then as you're thinking like, oh, maybe in this situation I should have focused more on those supports, oh, maybe in this situation I should not have ulted right here because half my team is respawning and it's a 3v6, there was not really a reason to ult. Like, these things you will learn the more you play. Learn how to play the meta heroes, at least get a feel for the meta heroes. This season the meta was 𝘍𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘠 because of the team up was really strong. Human Torch, just a really good character, did a lot of damage. Iron Fist, so I learned how to play because I want to play DPS. I learned how to play Torch and Iron Fist. Doesn't mean that they're my mains, but in the case that I had to play either of the 2, I feel relatively comfortable playing those 2 heroes. Next season, Hawkeye and Luna are looking to be pretty strong candidates in the meta. Hawkeye gaining the team up, you can pretty much free someone and then 1-tap someone. Learn how to play dive, learn how to play versus dive. Dive is pretty interesting because, to be honest, the dive characters are not very good. And I'm talking primarily about the DPS. Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Magic, they're not really that great on their own. Spider-Man doesn't even have a one-shot combo that he can do, really. Most of the time, if the healers just look at each other and heal, you'll beat the dive. Iron Fist does feel overwhelming. Auto-aim, auto-track character, and this is when you will start to learn about peel. Hey teammates, I need help, can you turn around and help me? If you're playing support, or you if you're playing a different role, a tank or a DPS, this is something that happens a lot. The tank will be pushed up fighting the team while their backline is getting dove, and then the tank goes, hey, like, where are the heals? Why are the supports not healing? The supports are bad, blah blah blah. But in reality, they're just getting dove by Black Panther and Iron Fist and Spider-Man, and the tank has no awareness of this. And this kind of goes back to the point, yes, I do feel like you should spend most of your time playing 1 or 2 heroes, but you should learn how to play a little bit in every role. Because if you play tank and you also play support and you see the enemy team has Spider-Man, okay, you might need to turn around because there might be a Spider-Man in your backline sometimes. The reason why I say you should also learn how to play dive, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Iron Fist, is so you know how easy it is to die for making a mistake, because I feel like a lot of people think dive is overpowered. In reality, it just feels more overwhelming and people don't really know how to deal with it, so then they kind of start to say that it's overpowered when it's not really overpowered. It's just overwhelming, especially if you have no help. Try to play Black Panther or Spider-Man if you never played them before in rank. Go to rank and play them and see how many times you die, and see how many times your team asks you to switch. If you're playing support, if you're a support main, look at your other healer. Both you two are gonna have to heal each other while you guys are getting dove, and you're gonna have to let the rest of your team know, like, hey, we're getting dove. Either you guys are gonna help or you guys are not gonna be able to get healed because we have to heal each other. Or you can have one support heal the other support while the other support is healing the rest of the team. That's another thing you could try to do too. Learn who/what counters you and how to plan out around it without swapping. Let's say you play Spider-Man and the enemy team starts playing 𝘠𝘠. Most people will say to swap if you're playing Spider-Man, and yes, 𝘠𝘠 does counter Spider-Man because of his squids, but you also want to know how to play into 𝘠𝘠 if you're a Spider-Man main. You can't just keep swapping forever and ever. Well, I mean, you could swap, but if you feel the most comfortable playing Spider-Man, you might as well learn how to play into the 𝘠𝘠 matchup. It might be very annoying, but at the end of the day, it'll make you a better Spider-Man player if you know how to deal with 𝘠𝘠. For example, something you could do is, instead of doing your combo as Spider-Man, wait for 𝘠𝘠 to use his bubble, because when he uses his bubble, it's now on cooldown. Maybe you can get a pick on the 𝘠𝘠, now you don't have to worry about the squids. And now you can focus the backline without getting sniped by squids. If you're playing Invis and you see that your tank keeps getting pulled by Wolverine, your pull move could actually get Wolverine off of your tank and mess up Wolverine's combo. Play whoever you want. I think this is a very important one, because I think, yes, there are certain picks that are stronger than others, but at the end of the day, this whole game has this entire roster. You can play anyone that you want. Certain compositions might favor certain heroes better than others, but play who you want. If you want to play Adam, play Adam. Just try to become the best Adam that you can be. If you want to play Spider-Man, just practice playing Spider-Man and become a better Spider-Man player. If you want to play Panther, play Panther. If you want to play Loki, play Loki. If you want to play Scarlet Witch, play Scarlet. Just try to be the best at what you play. Some people might say Fantastic is bad. Some people might say Jeff is bad. Some people might say Spider-Man is bad. And yes, probably in more situations, these characters struggle than, let's say, like a 𝘍𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘸. 𝘍𝘰, it's so easy to do damage on that character versus like Spider-Man. It's way easier to counter Spider-Man than 𝘍𝘰. Spider-Man can get countered by 𝘠𝘸𝘪, which is Adam. Loki can just TP to another clone. 𝘠𝘠 just has to throw squids down. Psylocke can dash through Spider-Man combo. Luna can freeze him. Mantis can sleep him. Magneto can bubble whoever's getting doped by Spider-Man. All these things like kind of counter Spider-Man versus like a 𝘍𝘰. What really counters 𝘍𝘰? She just snipes things. Maybe like a BP or a magic to die for. Even Spider-Man kind of has a rough time dealing with 𝘍𝘰 because she has a stun and she just does so much damage. And Spider-Man's uppercut is kind of a stun for himself. He's kind of stuck in the animation for a little bit. But play who you want. Get good at that character so people don't complain about you being on an off-meta hero, because in my opinion, all the heroes that I played, like, they're all pretty fun. Outside of Mag, I don't really know how to play Mag, and the times I've tried to play Mag, it did not feel fun. But other than Mag, I feel like most of the heroes are like fun to play. Do not blame matchmaking. You might hear about 𝑬𝑚𝑚, and yes, 𝑬𝑚𝑚 might be a thing. Actually, it's been proven to be a thing, and sometimes you do get impossible games. Like, the better you get, you'll know when you get an impossible game. Early on, you don't know what feels like an impossible game or not. Some people just like quit and think that a game is unwinnable, and the game 100% is winnable. Like, you'll get, even in GM, because I can speak on this personally, like, there are some people that think that a game like is not winnable and they just quit, but in reality the game probably is winnable. You cannot develop the mentality of, okay, GG, go next. Like, you'll learn when you get an impossible game. I'm just gonna say it like that. You'll be able to know when it's impossible versus kind of difficult but still winnable. But do not blame matchmaking for the reason that you're hard stuck silver, hard stuck gold, hard stuck bronze, because it is like, you can get out these ranks. You just got to get a little bit better first. Watch others play, like streams or whatever. Watch replays, either your replays or some other players replays, or VOD review, like, you know, like VOD review, like yourself. These are things that'll help you to get better, because you'll probably see, let's say you play Magic. If you watch a Magic streamer, you'll see how they play Magic, so then you can incorporate those strategies into your gameplay. And as you're playing Magic, you'll kind of think of strategies and decisions that will also help you improve. So now you're like getting an influence of how you should play a character and a better understanding of how to play a certain character. And number 10, the most important one, getting better and improving takes time. Wow, so crazy. Yeah, I know. But the truth of it is, it takes time. You gotta play the game, you gotta get in the matches, you gotta get familiar with the game, and you gotta really learn the game. And it only takes more reps. That's the only real way that you can do it. More reps. And you'll get better with time. It might take 2 months, it might take 3 months to reach a goal that you set for yourself, but you'll get there. It just takes time. Don't get frustrated with the game because you're losing. Like, you'll make it. And with that, don't forget, you can join the Discord, follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube. I appreciate all of that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, all I ask is that you drop a like and a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.